Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your reading. So, that's not part of the style. So today we're doing the family circle readings. Okay, we're checking on what God wants you to know as it pertains to your family circle. Okay? So for Virgo, what's your message for Virgo, please? Two more, Virgo. Alright, let's see. What does God want you to know when it comes to your family? So, let's check and see if this is meant to be in the reverse or not, because it came out and it flipped into the reverse. Okay, so it's meant to be in the upright. So a loss of control. So the family is going through a loss of control right now. At the bottom of the deck, we have loss of bladder control. And loss of status. So loss of bladder control. Your bladder is all about like peeing. So the pee is actually one way for the body to expel waste. Okay, so there's things just coming out that your family have no control over, and that is causing you guys a loss of status as well. So whereas you might have been prominent in the community, yeah, we got liver failure. So it's an inability to clean up, because the liver actually helps to clean up and produce good stuff for the body. So if your liver fails, that's a bad thing. And then we have loss of desire. So it's like just kind of giving up. Like, what's the point? Like, yeah, because you have a loss of strength. So your family is going through a real loss of property. Yeah, and then a break. So yeah, your family is really going through it right now. Okay, that's what God wants you to know. So let's see what the next deck has to say. So however you've known your family to be up until this point, that's about to change, or it's already started to change. Okay, and it's like y'all don't even want to put it back together. It's either all of you or some of you just feel like there is no use even trying to salvage this, just let it fall kind of energy. Like it needed to be broken down anyway. got ulcer coming next and fracture. Just be a break card. So ulcer is a hole and fracture is a break. And we had break, ulcer, fracture. It's like just it doesn't make any sense. Just allow it to, let's allow the pieces to fall wherever they may. Because there's nothing that we can do anyway. If you have a bad structure built up and it's being broken down, then it's something to rejoice over. It's not something to cry over. Because when this gets broken down, it's an opportunity to rebuild and build better. What better means to you is another story. I would suggest that you let God guide you. Don't build up whatever you had before, or else this is going to happen again 2 more times. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck we have the Poetess. It says, I love every inch of my body and I love the women in my life fiercely. Do you? So, let's see what's going on. What does God want you to know? So the card we have to come out, the Warrior Saint. I am a warrior of love. My devotion attracts resources and support. Interesting. So that denotes fighting. I am a warrior of love. My devotion attracts resources and support. So your devotion, let's look at the underlying issue here. Oh, same woman, the Poetess. I love every inch of my body and I love the women in my life fiercely. Then we have the Queen of Saintly Women. I am in service of divine love. I move the way love asks me to move. So your devotion to the women in your family was your driving force up until this point. Then it says, the Saint of Authenticity. I am my authentic self in all circumstances. That's a contradictory flow of things, because it says you love the women in your life fiercely. It says, I move the way love asks me to love. So we already know where your devotion was going. Your devotion was going to the women. And you do what the women tell you to do because of your love for them. Then it says, I am authentic. I am my authentic self in all my circumstances, which you are not, because you were doing what they wanted you to do. Let's see what comes next. It says, the Mother of God, I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. Let's read on. Giving is receiving, It says the Princess of Mercy. Sorry. Giving is receiving. The energy of the universe is merciful. And that's what you need right now. So what I'm getting from this is you should have been your authentic self. I am my authentic self in all circumstances, because when we are our authentic self, we do give birth to the divine, because our authentic nature is that of a divine nature. Because we are divine before we become human. So your allegiance was to your family when it should have been to God. So like I said, the whole is being broken down. There's no more loss of control, because God is adamant about your allegiance going to the right direction. The women in your family is not your God. They can't even save themselves. And this is the reason why God is allowing this structure, this family structure to fall, is so that you can see how powerless those who you have such confidence in actually are. So this is something to be pleased about. It's going to be a little bit tough to go through, coming to the realizations and all those things. It's going to be hard. There's going to be some crying. But once that is all over, you'll be able to see clearly again. And you finally be able to be your authentic self again. And hopefully, those of your family members also will want to be their authentic self too. And by everybody being their authentic self, you can all come back together and be authentic together. So instead of people trying to control you, or you allowing yourself to be controlled, and you trying to control other people and other people allowing you to control them, which is just a clusterfuck of nonsense, everybody will actually be living out their true purpose in life, and you'll see where real power comes from. Because real power isn't in earthly things. Real power is in divine things, like love, kindness, fairness, self-sacrifice. Instead of sacrificing others, real power comes from self-sacrifice. So that's what God wants you to know about your family. So you're being broken down so that you can be rebuilt in the right way. Okay? I hear you asking about self-sacrifice. The reason why real power comes from self-sacrifice and not sacrificing others is because when you feel the pain, or when you have to pay the price, you learn to appreciate what you get more. So what God asks of us is not a sacrifice of money or a sacrifice of allegiance to our family and things like that. It's a sacrifice of allegiance to truth. It's a sacrifice of allegiance to the right. No matter who will be alienated or who will be exposed, no matter who will be hurt, if they're not living on the path of right, if they're not where they're supposed to be, then they deserve to get a whipping. But what we find happening is we try to protect those we love, whether they're right or wrong. And that is a problem, because that means you're suffering the innocent. There's no real sacrifice in suffering the innocent. So the self-sacrifice would be for you to speak the truth to your family, to those you love, whether they like it or not, whether it's going to get you alienated or not. It's a hard pill to swallow. It's a tough road to walk, but it's the right road. And only when you're on the right road can things start to go right for you. So then the whole universe starts to conspire to bless you. Why? Because God knows that it can rely on you to set things right in the earth, instead of being one who is contributing to suffering innocent people. Whatever you had built up with your family was jacked up, fucked up, and it needed to be broken down. You had too much power to be a fuck up. It's like, I can't rely on you to guide my people. I can't rely on you to rule over my people. I can't rely on you to be role models for my people, because you're fucked up. You're making more fucked up people and situations. And it's like, enough. This has been coming out in your reading for quite some time now. Yeah. So, like I said, be grateful for this opportunity at a new start. It is hard. It is uncomfortable. But it is for the best. Because God is saving you guys from yourself. Because if God don't destroy whatever madness you got built up right now, the people will rise up against you. And whereas God will be merciful, as the other deck was talking about God being merciful, whereas God will be merciful, the people probably won't be as merciful. Your family's reign is either over or has come to a pause. Whichever one is the truth depends on how you guys go forward. So, thank you so much for watching, Virgo. I wish you the very best, you and your family. Until next time.